Okay, so we're going to be watching Best Wrestling Games Challenge, WWE SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, Day 7.
Just pin him and I won't be bumpy.
Oi, Pachiti, can I have a word, please?
Jack.
Just get
Oh my god, he's jobbed him. Pachiti got dropped by Jack the Jobber.
Dude,
oh, what's he wearing?
Whoa, what are you doing?
Come on, let's go.
Oh, for f***'s sake, the cut as well. Oh my god. Oh, and of course Pachiti's gonna win. F*** this shit. I don't watch this anymore. F*** it. F***ing load of shit.
So, what did you think of the video?
Adam versus Adam on the PlayStation doing games. Adam versus Adam on the predictions and the reactions and the punishments. Simon doing his thing. Blumpy, not Plumpy, doing his booking videos. Me doing my thing. And Jack the Jobber, hopefully not looking like a Rambo fetus, doing fast count on a Friday afternoon. But no one gives a shit about him. That's my WhatCulture. That's what we need to get back to. Anyway, I'm King Ross. You're a filthy mark. And it's that bastard time of the week once again where I take a look at all the WTF Moments from WWE RAW. Enzo, man, for f***'s sake, 2 weeks ago your husband turned his back on you. Last week your husband murked you like Rio Ferdinand's World Cup wind-ups before throwing your rat-tailed arse down the ramp. Yet this week you still come out dancing like there's nought the bastard matter. It's bastard unsettling if anything else. Those concussions both worked and real look like you've been rendered to have no grasp of emotion whatsoever. No matter what's going on, you'll always be dancing like you're off your face on toot. Either that, Enzo, or you're part of that LMFAO shit. This is how I roll. Animal print pants out of control. That kind of crap. And Enzo, while we're at it, buy some new f***ing keks for yourself. A sign for me at a WWE event, that's a given. Even if the person on Twitter said that was a shit sign for a shit king. Lawler doesn't work on Raw these days, you f***ing numpty. A sign for Miller. Fair but a sign for WhatCulture Wrestling as a whole. WTFO show, because I was sure that all of you turned your back on this illustrious channel after the bullshit went down on Sunday. It just goes to show that you are a bunch of dogs that show blind loyalty to a bunch of smarks that don't give a shit about you. Me though, I'm all about pleasing you. Next we move on to Amore, who claimed he has climbed out of holes deeper than 7 feet tall. What the f***? When was he a gerbil that was shoved up a slave's arse? A great adventure is waiting for you ahead. Hurry on, Enzo, for soon you will be dead. The journey before you may be long and filled with woe, but you must escape because there's that or your tale it can't be told. Enzo, 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 Enzo. Big Cass when he said, I have never heard someone talk so much and not say anything in reference to Enzo Amore. And I'm just standing there thinking, Cass, pal, have you never f***ing met Bray Wyatt? Dem piped in booze for the highlights of the Noam Dar, Cedric Alexander, Alicia Fox altercation on 205 Live last week belong on a pre-taped episode of SmackDown, don't they? Player. You can't just pipe in booze when the pictures we're seeing with our own eyes don't match any sort of f***ing side which ways. The crowd were sitting on their bastard hands. I know that's the same when you're being quiet, not doing the applause and whatnot, but for this occurrence, they were just making sure that Enzo Amore didn't crawl up the Cadbury alley like he did with that slave back in the day. This goes without saying, but this is the actual noise that should have accompanied that scene from 205 last week. The footage, please. Now, as we all know, I think LeVar Ball and not his two dickhead sons, just him alone, should be signed by WWE. But WWE justified their move to have those set of balls on last week's show due to the headlines created by their appearance, which were undoubtedly created by the f***ing racial slurs we heard, is absolutely pissing laughable. I'm sure you will agree. Those set of balls aren't big enough names to get headlines from all those outlets that were listed, but when someone says the N-word twice on primetime television, that sure as hell is. WWE, not all publicity is good publicity. And as you can see here yesterday, WhatCulture.com ran a story saying the WWE are looking for new sponsors, and after last week and the double N-bomb, there's absolutely no surprise there, is there? Who knew The Miz was finger-licking good? And who also knew that he's a Mystic Meg coming down the ring in his ring boots and his wrist taped up, despite the fact that his impromptu match with Heath Slater hadn't even been pissing announced yet? How did he know it was going to happen? And who knew he was such a SpongeBob rip my pants fan because he turned into a clown and no girl never wanted to dance with no fool who done ripped his pants? No wonder Maurice has been so unhappy with him lately, because if he ripped his pants just 1 inch or 2 more, we would have seen his bastard great balls of fire. Heath Slater in a singles championship match on WWE RAW. I mean, Heath Slater in a match on WWE RAW would have been enough, and I know I have moved away from the catchphrases which I believe are the reason behind my ratings slump, but f it, this one's really fitting. Heath Slater Intercontinental Championship match, singles championship match on RAW. Grab 2 of each animal and head for the bastard border, because the end is nigh, the end is nigh, f***ing run away, the end is nigh. Finally, I thought this day would never come when a WWE audience grasped the concept that The Miz is taking the piss and rubbing Daniel Bryan's face and the fact that he can't wrestle anymore by stealing his moveset. When he does those Daniel Bryan kicks, you marks are supposed to chant no, 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 not yes, 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 that every single crowd the world over has been chanting since Miz and Bryan's rivalry started last year. A Raw crowd finally has a brain instead of just see, kick, chant. Yes, you know what I mean. I don't even know what I mean. Tonight, Braun Strowman Raws. Could you f***ing imagine if this was exactly as it was billed as? Just like The Rock used to in his rock concerts. Just imagine if Braun pulled up a stool in the middle of the ring, the lights went down, the spotlight was shining on him, and Braun held his own Raw concert just like this. Raw! 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 Bray Wyatt's promos have gone from meaningless to just downright fucking blind lies, and it makes me fucking sick. At least in this promo, he seemed to have just got out of his motorhome, which was filled with a chemistry kit and fucking blue crystal meth, because judging by his surroundings being the desert and whatnot, Bray Wyatt was Breaking Bad. Last night, and you're not gonna f***ing believe this, Bray Wyatt somehow took credit for Samoa Joe choking out Brock Lesnar. I'm f***ing serious. Go back and watch that utter pish. Bray could only dream of doing what Joe did to Brock last week. If Bray is ever in a rivalry with Brock again, we'll know what'll happen. Bray'll talk bollocks before losing. That's what Bray does in every single walk of bastard life. He's making a cheese bastard toasty at home. He gives it some smack talk, some meaningless smack talk, and then the cheese toasty whoops his f***ing arse. Next we move on to Corey Graves, who claimed that despite the fact it was 110 degrees outside, your boy Finn Balor could still show up wearing a leather jacket and not sweat because of how cool he is. I don't know, like Corey, it might have something to do he's wearing no f***ing shirt and the fact he's walking around in public in his f***ing knickers. Strap him up in a woolly hat to snood me granny's jumper, some long johns, and then put the leather jacket on him in 110 degree heat, and if he doesn't sweat, then I'll be impressed. Up until now, I'm just like Shania Twain. Finn walking around with nothing on but a leather jacket and not sweating, it don't impress me much. Just go back and watch Raw, go to the moment in the Braun Strowman Apollo Crews match where Apollo Crews tries to do a standing moonsault and Braun Strowman kicks the f*** out of him halfway across the ring. It is f***ing beautiful. Just go back and watch it, man. It's lovely, lovely, lovely. We all know how Apollo Crews looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, much like Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain does. And judging by the way he landed on his head, he'd be walking around a bastard headless Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle because his heat would be inside of his f***ing shell. Braun Strowman likes Mutant Ninja Turtles. Braun Strowman likes Mutant Ninja Turtles. Braun Strowman likes Mutant Ninja Turtles. The sick f***. As if Braun Strowman couldn't see Roman Reigns in that ambulance the way that Reigns burst out of the ambulance. He must have been right in front of Braun when that big, country, strong, dumb bastard was looking through the window like this. As we all know, every monster in WWE has that one weakness, and it appears that Braun Strowman's weakness, and what a fucking weakness it is seeing through transparent glass. He's f***ed. I've been King Ross, you've been a dirty mark, and I'll see you soon.
Friday, July 7th, in Manchester. It's the Japanese qualifier of the Pro Wrestling World Cup. It is going to be a phenomenal night. Two of the best young wrestlers in the world, Kyle O'Reilly versus Marty Scurll. Also featuring Rampage versus Tomohiro Ishii in what promises to be an absolutely titanic brawl. The Swords of Essex put their tag championships on the line against former ROH and IWGP champions War Machine. And the qualifier itself, the stacked Japanese bracket. In the first round of the tournament, we will see Kushida versus Sho Tanaka, Bushi versus Tiger Mask, Takahashi versus Yohei Komatsu, and Jushin Thunder Liger versus Funky Weapon Taguchi. Get your tickets at ProWrestlingWorldCup.com.